You know you're all about it, too. You know you are all about it.
My friend used to understand. Oh my gosh.
Are you going to demonstrate?
You should totally demonstrate.
Demonstrate right now.
Oh, that.
I bet you know how to do it, right? I know you do. Don't lie. Cathy, she knows how to do it.
Alright, so we're here to talk about Ireland today.
Alright!
I love it.
We get the accent.
Alright, so, history of Ireland, long, old country. It goes way back. We're talking settlers from all around Europe that began to settle this little island right next to the United Kingdom. They were called the Celts, Celtic people, and they established a lot of small kingdoms all up and down the island. The primary language is Gaelic, and they still speak that today, in addition to English. One of the most notable figures in their history is St. Patrick. He was a profound religious influence and priest, and he is honored every March 17th with St. Patrick's Day, which is a religious holiday in Ireland. The shamrock is their national flower, of course. And there's actually a point in time when the Vikings were living in Ireland.
Those Vikings?
Madly, yes, but I like it too.
Established a lot of various customs and established a lot of towns there. One of the most notable events in Irish history that we know about here in the United States is known as the Potato Famine, and this happened in 1845 to 1847. Huge shortage of potatoes, and this is the item that we brought. It's a potato to represent that. And during that famine, a lot of Irish immigrated to America. In 1919, Ireland gained their independence from Great Britain, which was ruling over it at the time. However, part of Ireland, the upper right-hand corner of it, map, right there, Northern Ireland, that became part of the UK again in 1920, and it still remains a part of the United Kingdom. And in recent years in the 20th century, there's also been a lot of fighting between Protestants and Catholics, because they're very religious here in Ireland, and that's been known as the Troubles. And it's sort of still going on today, and hopefully it'll stop soon.
So I'm going to talk about families, beliefs, and values, and I'm just going to mix them all. We have a lot to say. But the family, they have a really strong family unit, and the family is the dominant social group. They remain together throughout life, so birth and death, marriage, divorce. With marriages in particular, they don't have any invitations. They don't invite anybody to their wedding. It's just open for all. But to the reception, you need an invitation. So it's kind of backwards. Who wants to go to the marriage? You know? The reception. So you need to be invited to that. The males dominate, and it's like old-fashioned and traditional. So the women stay home and they take care of the kids, and then they have frequent gatherings. So we brought potato bread. I don't know if anybody has it. That was like the most simple, but it's down there. Yeah. But, so they frequently gather and feast. And
Potato overload.
corned beef and cabbage is really popular. Potatoes and the potato bread. And then when they do meet, also, they only do a handshake. They don't hug, which I feel really loving, so I don't know what they're talking about. No, they just do a formal handshake when they do get together. They find religion to be really important, and the dominant religion is Roman Catholicism. The folklore is leprechauns. And we brought a Celtic cross to represent religion, which was actually introduced by St. Patrick. So this is Cathy, but yeah. It's Irish. They're really into reciprocity and generosity. They're a proud culture. And they're into soccer and rugby. And then 15% of them go on to higher education. They're into arts, music, poetry, and dancing. And then at the end, we'll show you, what you guys saw in the beginning, and it's a river dance. This Celtic tiger represents, there was a technology boom in the 20th century, so this boosted the economy, and this was the closest to the Celtic tiger that we could find.
That thing's rad.
So that's the real one. Meow.
want to get to know everybody. They want to chat. They want to like get to know who you are. They're on a first name basis. Like a manager would typically take his like employees out to lunch or drinks, and like everything's mixed. But they're 12th on the list of like individualists. So they believe in goal setting and advancing and, you know, achieving their goals, but still yet, you know, relationship oriented about getting to know everybody. And they actually would consider it rude if you decline to go to lunch, like with your manager, or go to have drinks. It's also rude if you don't drink alcohol. They have interesting health beliefs because they're so religious that they believe everything is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you're sick, it's going to be because you sinned or your guilt. And so they tend to like describe more like things about their eyes, their mouth, their ears, and their throat, because like what they heard or what they saw, what they didn't say or what they did say. And so they tend to talk about those kind of, you know, illnesses more than, and they tend to be very stoic because, again, they believe it's their guilt that made them sick, so they feel that it's their responsibility to take on the pain and accept their punishment. So there's actually been cases where, you know, a woman would not express how much pain she was in, and the doctor just expected that a woman would express their pain, and she didn't have surgery, and so she ended up dying because he didn't think that she was in pain, even though the family was saying she's in a lot of pain. He's like, whatever, she's like not saying anything. So there's actually been documented case of people dying because they're not expressing their pain. They have very folklorish type, you know, they wear, they believe in wearing medals and medallions to protect them. They have, you know, you don't go to bed with wet hair. They have a lot of, you know, things like that. There's a very high rate of alcoholism. They also have a very high rate of tobacco use. So their number one killer is actually heart disease. Let's see. They're very afraid of MRSA. So they will avoid seeking help because they don't want to get MRSA. This is actually a really interesting book. It's called Multicultural Clients, and it actually talks about all the different beliefs and health beliefs and things that affect different cultures. And, you know, they talk about that the Irish will actually seek out folk healers and get blessings and things like that before they'll actually go see a doctor. So they actually will wait until they're in a like dire emergency before seeing a doctor and things like that. That's it. Yay!
Now river dance. Oh no.
Do you want the river dance?
I want you to do the river dance.
Yeah. You guys do this? No, we're not.
I bet they know how. I love the river dance. Have you been to it? I've been to it in Vegas. I love the river. Sorry.
So the main place for conversation, for everything, hanging out, whatever, is the pub. And we have pubs out here, but over there they take them a lot more seriously. They'll drink Guinness, that's from Ireland. They will talk about anything and everything here. It's fair game. As listed before, Gaelic and English are the two official languages, kind of half and half. Children learn both. There's a lot of humor in conversations. You know, kind of like is here. I'd like to think there's some humor. Eye contact is very important, but not too long. Not too long. It just, you know, just enough. Everyone, for the most part, is on a first-name basis. You know, kind of keeping up with that friendliness. However, when there's things like problems between people, that's usually better discussed in private, not, you know, in front of everybody. There's not like a showdown, you know. And Irish people are quite direct too, so they will come to you. And if they have a problem with you. Like I said, in the pub, it's a great place to discuss current events. They're very in the know, on top of it, in the town, in the country, in the world.